Here come those tech toys for the holidays. That's our Techstination in this episode. I'm Fred Fishkin, and with us from the Toy Insider is Editor-in-Chief Marissa Silva. Thanks for joining us again, Marissa.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Great to see you.
Well, it's that time of year, and we're almost into October, and everybody's starting to think about the fall and beyond. So give us the overview of what's hot for this holiday season in the toy world.
Yeah, for sure. And I know it may seem a little early to some people, but there are major shipping delays hitting the toy industry this year. So you really want to make sure that if you're looking for the hottest toys, those really fun, cool tech toys, you're getting them as early as possible. So there's a couple things that are trending in Toyland this year, specifically toys that are highly interactive that really, kids can really play along with them in new and engaging ways. And we're seeing a return of toys that use the technology within an iPad or a smartphone, so that those interactive toys are kind of coming back into the picture this year.
Have they faded a little bit for a while?
Yeah, they have. I think there was, a couple years back, especially when the iPad was becoming more accessible, we saw a big influx of these accessory toys, which basically, was a physical toy that had some kind of app component to it, but they kind of fizzled out over the years because kids were not understanding the connection between the two. Like there were a lot of instances where you could just play with the app without the toy, or you could just play without the, with the toy without the app. But the ones that stood out were the ones that had a really good relationship. You really needed both components to have a successful play experience. And those are coming back into view this year. One of our favorites is Osmo. Any parent who has an Osmo in the house will tell you it's like one of their go-to playthings for their kids. So this year we chose Osmo Math Wizard play sets, which really, teach kids some of these key components to learning mathematics, but in a really fun and engaging, like story-based way, which is really fun for them.
That sounds cool. What else is hot for the holidays in this realm?
Yeah, lots of things. I mean, video games are always really a great seller around the holidays. One of our favorite games that's on our STEM 10 list this year is Nintendo's Game Builder Garage, because that actually lets kids create their own video game levels and share them online with other players, so you can play through levels that other kids have created. What I love about that game too is typically Nintendo games have about a $59.99 price point to them, and the Game Builder Garage offers so much play and so much fun, and it's only $29.99, so it's a really great price point.
That's terrific. So if we look at this category overall, whether it's the video games or the STEM toys, a lot of parents see many toys labeled STEM and they scratch their heads sometimes. Well, what is that? What does that mean? Is it really going to help kids learn? What do you tell parents?
Yeah, I think that there's kind of a stigma too around when you see a toy that says STEM or it says educational on the packaging. Sometimes people shy away from that and they think that it's going to be a boring toy that their kids are not going to engage with, but that's really not the case at all. And many of the toys that we choose on our STEM 10 list are not even necessarily marketed as STEM toys, but we can see that there are really great educational benefits to them. One great example is Hex Mods. So Hexbug has this really amazing new car set that kids create the entire car, start to finish, and they customize the whole entire thing. They can swap out different engines, tires, suspension. They change everything about the car. That's all engineering, right? That's all the basics of engineering that you need. And you're creating a really, really awesome car and seeing how fast it can go around a track and what you have to change to make it go faster. So they're not marketing this as a STEM toy, but it absolutely is one. And then on the flip side of that, toys that have that STEM curriculum printed right on the packaging, parents can feel great about purchasing those toys because they know that their kids are going to get these skills. And it's not necessarily, a one-to-one. So maybe they're building a car or building a marble run, but they're learning the basics that they need to have success in these areas later on. So it may not even be obvious to kids that they're learning. It may not be obvious to parents what they're learning, but they are learning these basic foundational concepts.
What are some of the other toys on the STEM 10 list?
Yeah, we've got so many great ones. Another one that I absolutely love is the candy claw machine. So that's from Thames and Cosmos. And if you've ever passed an arcade, or not an arcade, one of those, arcade machines in a restaurant or anything like the claw machines, kids are always immediately like, can I have a quarter? Can I go play? I really want to play that, right? And so now they can make their own at home. So again, they're practicing those engineering concepts. Trial and error is a big part of this kit. But then once they make it, they've got their very own arcade machine right at home, which is so cool. And they can put anything inside it. So that claw can grab candy or little toys and collectibles, you name it, anything's possible. So I really love that one.
I can't tell you how many quarters it's cost me over the years. That sounds
I
great.
know. And the best part is that the candy claw machine that they make doesn't require any quarters. So you can play over and over again.
Terrific. What else comes to mind?
Yeah, so another really great one that I love is the Coding Critters Magic Coders. So that's from Learning Resources. You get these little cute, you can choose from a dragon or a unicorn. So they're kind of like fantastic friends. And you basically get a remote control and you can custom code their movements. So you can create a little play set for them to explore. You can come up with different mazes and games to play, but it's all about this basic if-then logic that teaches kids the basics of coding for later on.
Now, in addition to the STEM and learning toys, you come out with the list of what is absolutely the hottest, what's going to be in most demand.
Yes.
From what you know. So give parents a clue here. What should they be shopping for now?
Yeah, our Hot 20 list is really highly anticipated, and we really choose some of those hot toys for the year. Definitely one to look for is the interactive JJ doll from Jazzwares. So JJ is a star of Coco Melon. It's a YouTube series with more than 10 billion views. This show has been watched so many times by kids. And what I love about JJ is he encourages kids to eat their peas. So he sings a song called Yes, Yes, Vegetables. He's really, really cute. Kids recognize him from the show. Last year, Jazzwares put out a different JJ doll that was the most Googled toy of 2020. So we know that this one is going to be another big one and a really one that's really quick to sell out.
And what else is there that we need to be aware of to buy now?
Yeah. So this is one of my favorites. It's called the Got to Glow Fairy Finder. And you see it's this cute little fairy jar with this little panel on the front here. When you turn it on, you can watch as your fairies magically come to life. So it's got lots of sounds and lighting effects, but basically this is like a combination of Tamagotchi and Pokemon Go. So kids can run around outside, and when they get a fairy, the jar will start lighting up like a rainbow. They open the lid and they can catch their virtual fairy right inside the jar. So this is like a really magical, really fun toy for kids.
Very clever. And these fall into our category too of electronic toys, it seems like as well.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely want to show you this one because it's going to be a very hot product. So new from Moose Toys, it's called Magic Mixies. And kids are going to create a spell. They're going to do a spell using this magic cauldron. They have a magic wand, and basically they're going to put in ingredients to mix up a magic potion, and they are going to give their magic mixie friend a voice. They're going to give her wings and her magic and all these fun things. The cauldron will actually start smoking. Oh, no. And as you, yeah, it's so cool. And then eventually they'll reveal their magic mixie pet that's hidden inside. But what I love about this is that it's not a one and done, right? Sometimes these toys are all about the reveal, and then you get the toy and you're like, okay, well now what do I do with this thing? You can actually do the spells over and over again. You can keep making it do the fun mist. It can be really cool. And it comes with a little trinket box so kids can put in whatever surprises they want in here to redo the spell over and over again. So lots of great play value for kids.
Sounds like great fun. And these are all going to be in really hot demand, I suppose. And tell me a little bit more. You mentioned the supply chain issues. How severe is it? What should we know?
Yeah, it won't be impossible to find toys this year. It's just that you may not want to wait until, some people don't start their shopping until after Black Friday or until December 1st, and you don't really want to wait that long. What we're seeing is, sometimes it's up to a 6-week delay, sometimes it's longer. Typically, the hot toys start hitting store shelves in July. We're actually seeing that this year they're hitting now or as late as October 1st. So the problem is like once that initial run runs out, those toys sell out, they may not be able to come back in stock until next year, until, maybe in January or so. So if you want to avoid, presents full of IOUs and things like that, you just want to jump on your holiday shopping a little bit earlier. Another thing we're seeing in the industry is price hikes. So some toys are costing a couple of dollars more than normal. And, that's due to a combination of things. Shipping is more expensive now. Raw goods are more expensive now. Things like plastic and paper and packaging that goes into toys. Those are all costing toy companies more than normal. So in some cases, consumers are absorbing some of that cost. So we just say, we recommend that you budget a couple extra dollars when it comes to your toy shopping. Things could be going up to $3.
Where can people find the list that you put out?
Yeah, so our full holiday gift guide is available right now on toyinsider.com. We also do a print version that you can find in the November issue of Parents Magazine, which will be on newsstands October 1st.
Terrific. Marissa Silva, thank you so much for taking the time with us.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me. Great to see you.
Now this. It takes a lot of listening to build a better radio, and that's just what the folks at C. Crane have done. Bob Crane and his crew, nestled among the rivers and tallest trees in the world in Fortuna, California, have made a habit of listening to their customers. And that's just what they've done in building the CC Skywave SSB, the Swiss Army knife of portable radios. For everyday listening to AM or FM in the yard or patio or on the nightstand, without having to drain a mobile phone battery, it's a great companion. But it is also a companion equipped for NOAA weather information and alerts that can be life-saving. You can listen to FEMA and Coast Guard transmissions too. Beyond all of that, you can tune into shortwave signals from around the world. It's compact, easy to take with you, and built to last. The CC Skywave SSB. Click on the link at Techstination.com.